Hey, this is Hoodie from EDC Training. I'm here to talk a little bit about reloads, tactical and slide stop reloads, just to get an idea of different things that are out there, different types of methods and ways of doing it. Also a little bit of the lingo, what's involved. So to talk about that, there really only is two times that you want to reload: when you need to, obviously, and when you have to. Tactical reloading, what we refer to as tactical reloading, is basically when you want to top off your mags. You want to make sure that you're full, ready to go, that the firearm is ready to go. This firearm is a blue gun, it's inert, there is no ammo that can be used in there, but it does function as a firearm, which is beneficial to us for this type of training course. So different types of methods and different types of things. We'll talk about that very, very quickly. Let's talk. The first method that I'd like to talk about is it's the lesbian method. Basically, you take your magazines out, and you want to put those magazines in an L shape, the L word. You want to keep it like that, and then what you're going to do basically is just going to rotate and get that magazine into place. Always remember, when we're tack reloading, we want to retain our magazine, and that's for the purpose because there are still rounds in there. So I'll do this reload again. It's basically you take that magazine out, you put it in an L shape, and you're going to rotate it and get it into place. Now remember, you want to make sure you get the tongue of this magazine deep inside the groove of the mag well. It's got to get in there nice and tight. So we want to make sure that that's like that. And that's pretty much the first method we're going to do. Always remember, retain your magazine. After that, one of the other methods we got to do is while we're, we have the opportunity to reload and top off our magazines. So we're going to take the two magazines, we're going to put them basically one in front of the other like this, and we're going to swap it. It's the doggy style method. We want to make sure you get right behind that and get it deep inside there. I'll show it to you again. It's basically just get inside there nice and deep from behind. You can make that work. It's pretty well. And like I said, retain your magazines. We have still rounds in there. So that's the second method. Another method which a lot of guys do, especially when certain people rotate when they're firearm, you want to get that magazine out a little bit faster. You'll do the side-by-side, the spooning method. What you want to do is you get those two next to each other, lying down, and you just want to slide that guy in right behind it, right like that. Get it nice in there, nice and tight. Make sure it's in there. I'll show it to you again. It's pretty simple. You just want to get side-by-side spooning nice and get it inside there. Now this method, it's a kind of tricky for lefties. It's a little bit more dangerous if you're a lefty, and the reason is because you could accidentally slip and end up in the ejector port, and that's just a dirty mess that you're gonna have to deal with. But if you keep it well lubricated, it won't be an issue. And remember something: our goal here is to get back in the fight. It doesn't make a difference what it takes. Just get back in there, get it in. Get going, and that's it. Get in there, get going, do what you got to do. So that's another method of tactical reloading. Another one of the last ones I'm going to teach you is basically when you take the two magazines, you put them. I know they make things like that keep magazines attached to each other. You want to keep them like this. This is the shorty spinner. You're just going to rotate it inside there and make it work. It's going to spin it around there. I'll do that one more time for you. Just rotates, make that guy spin, and make sure it's tight inside the whole time. That's why you won't have any issues. So that's pretty much tactical reload. Let's focus a little bit on slide stop or emergency reloads. These are important things that we have to deal with because when we're shooting, they do, this is what happens. Gun goes dry. Like I said, this is an inert gun, but it does function. So we're in a situation where we're out of ammo. Nothing's happening. By the way, in a situation like this, never be afraid to do the reach around. Make sure you can get your finger in there. You might feel something. You might feel a bolt or something in the way. It doesn't matter what it is, but get inside there. Just make sure you know where you are. Then if you have to reload, you got to do what you got to do. We're in a tactical situation. This could be a potential shootout. We just want to get up and running as fast as we can. So a situation like this, you want the gun perfectly straight. You can drop it down. Sometimes they do get stuck. Rip it out if you have to. Get your next magazine. And this is missionary style it in. Just make sure it gets in there nice and deep. And you're fine. Keep it straight. This position's been around for years. This works really, really well. Like I said, it's years. So it's always effective. It's always going to work. You're never really going to have a problem. Now, if you notice, I just, did have that problem with that magazine. It did get stuck. Sometimes mags do get stuck. If they do get stuck, you just rip it out. Sometimes you won't even... Just get a little bit of that right inside there. That mag will go no problem. And you just get back in the fight. Do what you got to do to keep going. It's just another way. Got to get that gun up and running. That's our key to get up there as fast as possible. Two other things that we can focus on quickly when it comes to reload. We never encourage carrying a firearm like this. This is movie crap. We don't really follow this stuff. But sometimes we teach people and we got to show them all different methods. So if you do have a gun like this and you want to reload, you make sure that the gun is lying down. You're going to want the rounds facing you, and you can cowgirl this right inside there like that. That's nice, and obviously get back in the method, do what you got to do. And even so, if you're in a prone position, for example, you can reverse cowgirl this the same way. Just get that in there, and you're ready to roll. Remember, we want to get back in the fight as fast as we can. Do what we got to do, and make it work. I'm Hoodie from EDC, and remember, we don't get a rise for the level of our expectations. We shrink to the level of our training. Thank you for watching.